All right, restarting the recording here because that obviously didn't go well. That's a long time to go to reset, but this is going to be a long run. So, I don't know. Let me know if you want me to try that again or if you want me to just struggle to figure out how to get the money otherwise. Because it should be a time save, but I'm not sure it's worth it. Like the odds are what? Probably around 40, 45%. I don't know what the odds are of winning a blackjack hand. But when you play, because it's basically normal rules. But we need about 750 gold uh, to before we can get to the thing where we get a lot of gold. We start with 420, which is enough to get us through like the first wave of things. But let's go ahead and erase our speedrun file. You have accomplished nothing, speedrun. It takes like over a minute for me to reset a game, so we're not going to do that. This should be a one. I hit the wrong button. A 1 credit clear. And again, we'll start the timer the moment we can move. Which we'll have menus to get through, but as long as you're not moving, I think this is my preferred way to time speedruns. And I think it is for other people too. So there's no time now. But once it plops us down, we'll have 2 minutes of text and stuff to go through. I can't wait too much longer to start because I don't know how long this is going to take. And I've said before, like 8 hours, 6 hours. I don't think it's going to be that bad, but let's go. I'm going to grab my heater. Cannot accidentally miss wording the text. There is no way to make the dialogue go faster. The game speed option does not actually impact this. I also forgot to check one of the displays, but I think it'll be fine. I should probably check the amethyst display too. One of the levels is locked behind the amethyst display, which the FAQ I was looking at is wrong about. Can't be off the screen. And again, we'll have to be careful. There's a lot of RNG and little things in here we can't completely control. So even though I don't really want to fight anything right away because we won't have a weapon, it's still a good idea for me to do that. To possibly get some food, because I think we're okay on food, but it'll be really tight. We can go check this one too, even though there's probably one that's quicker to get to. Okay. I'm pretty sure we can't unlock amethyst coins until we're level 3. Remember my quest. Remember your mantra. Got the heat going too. I don't know if I'm going to make it however long this is, not hitting up the restroom at some point, so we may have a bathroom break. Myth or fact? If we don't have to do this one right now. The only thing we get is this. It seems like all we get is an extra 100 gold, but we actually get an extra 300 gold, because if you go to Thornberry instead of here, you only get 100 gold out of Thornberry, which is rather strange, I think is the best way to put it. A typical town of Tarmalon. Thank you for the good luck, PETA. My notes here are great because I abbreviate, like I don't write the whole spells out. The spells that I want to get at some point. 10 seek spells, 12 psycho strength spells, and 20 kill flash spells. But I have them written that as 10 seek, 12 psychos, 20 kill. Alright, do we want to do gambling again? I think we'll try it one more time. We're going to try to succeed at gambling to save time. But if it doesn't work, we're not doing it again. Because we could waste a bunch of time, like 5 minutes a pop or more, and not being able to do runs. And at some point that eats into my ability to finish. So 420. Uh-oh. Oh, we won! Nope, we out. There we go. We did not win too much money that we're going to get arrested, thankfully. That should be enough money to tide us over. Leave Thornberry. Again, we might punch down an enemy if I think that they'll give me food. But that's it. Just to make sure, because we got to go through some unfavorable terrain to get to where we want to go. But all we have is some, like, mediocre basic tier armor. I don't think we can eat scorpids. We can't eat eaten warriors. And there we go. We're halfway through our food. But I think forest eats less food than swamp. We'll go a little bit low. Oh, we're fine on food. Oh, you know what? I was going to see if I could buy something from him, but it doesn't work when they attack you first. So we're entering Allenville. Which we need to... What do we need out of here? Oh. So we're going into the first lengthy side quest of the game. There's not too many of them. But most of our stats we're either going to get naturally or we're going to not worry about. Unfortunately, this one is very important. And we kind of have to do it. We need the dexterity that we can get from this. So we have to play this mini game, and we have to play it for a while. Like, we started at, what, right about 7 minutes? I'm guessing it's going to be close to 17 minutes when we're done. But dexterity, I believe, impacts our to-hit rate. I don't know if it does anything with dodging or not, but it definitely impacts our ability to hit enemies. And the way the endgame works, I haven't tried it without boosting dexterity, but I'm pretty sure it would be a nightmare. There is one other way you can boost dexterity, but it isn't this, so... And by the time we get to the end, like, I'm literally just going to play this as hard as I can, even though it might be slightly faster to lay up. Because the levels go a whole lot faster at the end. But these first ones, you're gaining something like 2 dexterity per round. And then, I think after the first one, it's 1 per round. So yeah, like each one, or wave, excuse me, each one of these waves is about 50 seconds at this point. It'll get a lot faster. But I haven't tried this completely tanking dexterity, and I just feel like it's a bad idea. Like, you need to have dexterity or magic, and this is quicker than the magic. And it's more reliable. This is just me not sucking on my reactions. So that's why the first split says Dex up there. I actually had it as a separate split because I thought it might be interesting to test the length of this, but I don't think this game's way too long for me to get too fancy about it. But the reason why we need the starting money, we need 50 gold for this. Then we need 298 gold to buy a raft. Then we need to buy 2 of them. So that's why I said we needed about 650 gold. Because we're going to die. And when we die, we're going to lose our raft. I haven't figured out a way to get this without dying, without delaying the start a tremendous amount of time. But most of the time we're going to spend in Castle Kelfor, we're going to do it invisible. And the invisible thing requires a key. And the key is in the castle. And it winds up that if you try to open any of the chests in the castle, the guards immediately come after you. But the key persists through death. So we don't have to worry about that too much. But if we didn't get the double or nothing on our blackjack, we would have had to find a way to gain a couple hundred more coins. But we also could have just loaned some money. We'd still be a little bit short. And it's not a bad idea to try to get some gear early on, because it seems to be more time efficient to kill the enemies at level 1 than it is to try to run from them. Because almost everything goes down in a couple of hits. As you gain additional levels, the enemies get harder. And then the balance kind of turns negative. So this is the one part of the game I'm using the controller for. I do better using a controller than the D-pad for this. But I'm actually using a function on the emulator that lets me flip between this or a keyboard. I could just play directly on the keyboard the way that anyone using a Commodore 64 could. But because they have controllers as well, obviously they wouldn't be using a PlayStation 2 style controller. But that hardly matters when all I'm using is the D-pad and one button. which the Commodore 64 basic controller was that. It was a box with a joystick and one button. Alright, so level 3, wave 3. As you can see, they're starting to get a little bit faster. We're clearing them in less than 50 seconds. Level 4 is when it starts to get serious. If I can make it to 6, that'll be good, but I've made it to 7 before. 7 is where the game just gets unrealistic reaction times. I've cleared it before with using emulator functions to slow the game down, but it's still hard because it's that fast. Like, it's just... I don't think they necessarily made it for you to clear. But the way stats work in this game, for the most part, if you get to 40 in a stat, you are... It seems like the game is kind of balanced around that. So if we get somewhere out of this dexterity thing in the like 34 to 36 range, we'll be fine, because we actually gain 5 dexterity later. But we've also gained a bunch of endurance, and that's how we're able to skip the endurance thing, because until we do that, we're going to be very soft, and we will take a lot of damage from enemies. It's not so bad for the Pirate's Cave, but after that would be a gigantic pain. If we fight any of the guards in Castle Kelfor, they will rip us up because of our lack of armor, especially on the second floor. Or our lack of endurance, so... And I'm pretty sure endurance just goes straight into defense power. With whatever gear we have, which is kind of hard to tell. One fun thing about the game is the ending, it does not matter what gear we have. The game provides us with the gear we're going to have for the end of the game. Hey, TFX, thank you for the raid. Welcome, everybody. We are attempting the first ever speedrun of Legacy of the Ancients. This is where it starts to get really challenging, so I might have to focus a little bit. This is just a side game. This is not the game itself. We're doing dexterity training, which ends up being like real dexterity training. Hand dexterity, at least. I hope you had a good stream. I was distracted, so I didn't see what you were doing before I started up. Hopefully you had some fun. Last I saw, you were doing a bunch of Nintendo 64 shenanigans. Oh my gosh, we got hit twice. Well, I appreciate the raid anyway. Thank you for dropping in. Oh gosh, okay. We got hit twice. We can get hit 5 times, or we can get hit 4 times. The 5th time we lose. And it's kind of just down to how the game chooses to spawn the fireballs. This is all RNG. As far as I can tell, there's true RNG in the Commodore 64 version. Which is a shame, because apparently in the Apple version you can cheat the gambling. Okay. Pokemon Gold. I never played... Well, I've never really played Pokemon. You know, ignore the Pikachu behind me. Oh gosh, that's so tight. Again, we can die here at any point, it's fine. Oh yeah, it's gonna be over 10 minutes we're gonna spend doing this. But I like to think that every little dexterity point we're gonna get, and we're dead. That was insane. So this will be what, 34? 19? Yeah, we'll be at 34 dexterity. No, we're done. So we're gonna take all but 298 of our gold and throw it into the bank. Once it decides to load up. Also, I'm gonna have to switch here. peak deposits. So what, that would be 300, 492. And switch my... I should have done this at the end of the game, but I forgot. I gotta switch my inputs back. Hey, Life Reboot. Yes, Commodore 64. Welcome in. I remember you from... where am I going? From Final Fantasy Randomizer, I believe. In the way back when I was trying to learn that. And there we go. What is it, Beta? Hello, welcome in. I briefly saw you doing here's our boat. Well, I only was in one tournament. I remember because I won my first race, and then I lost a really close one to Spellzap, where I accidentally threw away something important. Or else I may have won, because he was having a hard time with the end game. And then I got obliterated by Chadbert, and then I quit. Super Off-Road, nice. That's what I saw you playing. I peeked in earlier, but I didn't have a whole lot of time to figure out what was going on. I think I remember you... did you do a Big 20 at some point too, Life Reboot? I usually volunteer to help track and stuff in those events, so I may have seen you there. For some reason that rings a bell. Someday I might actually join one, but for now I'm happy to just track them. So here is our stone key, which we need, and now here is death. Okay, you know what? We're gonna get into a bunch of them and just get completely ganged up on so we die faster. And we died! 20 minutes flat to our first death. Okay. So it takes us a while to respawn after dying. But we lose our boat. We end up with a random amount of food and gold. And I'm not sure where I am. Oh, no, I know where I am. This is actually a pretty good spawn. We're going to go right back. We ended up spawning northeast of Allenville. Which, again, is pretty good. We have no gear, so I don't really want to fight anything. Nope. And we're back to Allenville. Yes. Did I hit yes? I hope I hit yes. I felt like I hit every other button but yes. You'll see my mouse pop in a lot because I'm going off screen. Program requires that I'm actively on the game for it to work. So we're going to go to the bank to get all the money we threw in back. And we're going to buy another boat. We're going to have to buy one more boat, but it will be in a different location. Withdraw. And the amount of money we put in, we gained a little bit of bonus money, so that's good. If we didn't get that extra money, we would have had to kill some stuff and probably take out a loan. Yes, we want to buy a raft. I will buy a jade coin and some climbing gear. There we go. Do we want to buy some armor? Superb studded hide works out pretty well. Put that on. Hey, we didn't lose our shoddy studded hide when we died. It's actually pretty funny. All right, I'm gonna go buy some food, even though it takes me a minute to get over there. I get nervous being this low on funds. He's gonna ask me if I want to deliver some mail, and I'm gonna say no. Nope. Leave. Yeah, I watched you play a little bit beta, and it seems like I know there's a bunch of like tricks, and I think Cytown, I think he has the world record in that, and he gets some sort of glitch that is really hard to get to have happen. So the guards are fine. They don't remember me. The guards in this place are pretty dumb. If you get in trouble with the guards in a town, they will know. The guards are very cleverly colored yellow. And look at all these chests that we cannot pick up because we get killed. But there is a trick to surviving this place that we're going to unlock here in a minute. Nice. All right, so we get the 5 seeds. These magic seeds, when used, will turn me invisible. So they are very nice. We're going to do this first because it lets me manipulate the spawns here in a favorable way. And we got a topaz coin. Okay, so they aren't always in the same location. That's interesting. But that's also good. We're going to lure these guys out here. And I'm invisible. They can't see me. Full John Cena. And here is our quest item, the tulip. And we get the nice victory music. Now we're invisible again. We got 5 seeds total, so we're at 3 now. 3 left. We're going to try to pick out some other chests while we're here. And then we're going to bail. That one has 500 gold. Very nice. 350 gold. Okay, that guy didn't quite get to us this time, so that's good. 220 gold. All right, how many do we got left? Is it 2? 2, okay. And we got the coins that we want. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? We're just going to clear like the top half. And that's probably going to be it. Open. Hold. Stone key. Use stone key. And we get to talk to Cassandra while we're invisible. She doesn't seem to care. We'll take the 5,000 gold. I don't care about charm. If you're playing this normally, it's probably better to do charm because you will actually burn through your money real fast. Come on. There we go. And we got enough for one more chest, right? I guess we still need the stone key on. There's one more chest that I know gives quite a bit of money, and we're going to go directly to that. I thought the coins were set, but maybe they're not. All right, let's go ahead and hold the seeds. Once you use all the seeds, if you leave and come back, they will reappear. Okay, it was 1,200, but still quite a bit. What Charm does is it lets you get stuff at a discount. So if you're buying a whole bunch of stuff over the course of the game, you may save more money than that, but I don't think it only discounts certain things. Like selling items, you get more money. Buying food, certain services, it doesn't seem to impact the most important stuff though. So we want to warp back, but I can go ahead and buy some spells and not have to worry about spells for a while. I don't think I'm going to buy 20 of the kill flashes though. All right, seek spell. We want to buy 10 of those. And these are really expensive, actually. I don't want to buy anything else here. But I'm going to keep my money on me. I'm going to check the weapon shop, which is quite a ways to walk. We needed to get climbing gear before we did the Pirate's Cave. Anyway. Okay, just want to make sure nothing got better there. Alright, well, we'll buy a superb knife. That'll work fine for now. And since we're kind of close, we'll go ahead and buy some food. And not have to worry about food probably ever again. No. Leave. And magic. There we go. So what it says right there, Nostalgia welcomes all adventures to the museum. Nostalgia is the name of the group person that hacked this, that cracked it, I think is the word they like to use. So normally this is where you'd have to input your copy protection. But we don't have to because of the way we did this, so, or because they did it. So again, if somebody were to actually play this for real, it would be, here we go. It would take a little bit more effort. So we have to use the first topaz coin we get up here. Okay. This allows us to buy healing herbs. Until we do this, we can't buy them. The game is just like, you're not capable of doing this yet. In kind of a weird, just like please don't sort of way. Sure. Hey, Adra, welcome in. So, I said I didn't care about charm, and I don't, but I think you have to complete that to progress the game. So at this point, we need to get one more jade coin And one more topaz coin to advance the game. There are a lot of times where you end up in situations like this where you're just waiting. Oh, we'll split because we completed the tulip quest. And you can see the split here says herbs and weapons. It's not guaranteed we would get a topaz coin before doing this, so... And I equip the, dang it. The humanoid characters will sometimes sell you stuff. Alternate reality days. I just fight everything at this point. You don't get any experience. In fact, the only way you gain levels is through completing storyline related stuff. Yes, you were right, Starful Morning. This is this uses the Questron engine, which was a competing engine to what the Ultima series used. We'll get our hit points back. Healing herbs, and we will buy 40, which is the maximum amount. And that takes a gigantic chunk out of our money. Here the spells are cheaper. So Psycho Strength, we want 12 of those. I said would probably last us the rest of the game. We got a Jade Coin. Magic Flames, we'll buy 20 of those. And we'll probably just leave it at that. Okay, yeah, the actual dungeon stuff. So I'm going to try to get us a topaz coin through the quickest way I know how, which is to spam the food merchant. There we go. We got a topaz coin. We got a little bit of money, which is good. We do have to buy another boat where we're going. Get out of here. We'll probably only have to buy healing herbs again right at the end of the game. But I'm not even 100% sure how necessary that is. I think 40 is overkill. But we'll see. And I don't even know how much I'm going to use them. We go through dungeons, which is going to be somewhat imminent. It may not be terribly necessary. Alright, so we're going to go unlock the weapons thing, which hopefully will give us the bladed staff. Okay, good. This is 2 weapons better than what we currently have. We're skipping the leaded club entirely. The weapon you can get here varies depending on when you check this. It's always better than what you can get. Okay, did we get a good roll? Yes, we got a great bladed staff. Good. Superb is the best name, but great is pretty good. But it could be any degree of quality. And that actually does impact how much damage it does. But I don't know how exactly. I just know from playing it does. So, and the moment we get level 2, we will split here. But we haven't done any of the dialogue yet, so he's going to go through all of it. And we can actually go right into the next section. When I did this earlier, it took me an hour to get here. but the gambling thing helped. There we go. Oh, there we go. Continue. There's technically another topaz thing that we might have to use, but it just gives us money. I'm going to see if I can skip it. All right. Now we get to read the dialogue about this. We do have to go back here one other time. But this is our second boat we have to buy. There's the one in Allenville still, because we will have to go back into Castle Kelfor. But we can't do that until we hit level 3 to get the scepter. And we have no coins, which is good because we can find them in the dungeon. This is the first of 3 dungeons in the game. There's 3 dungeons, and then that are the 3D stuff that you just mentioned, Adra. And then there's Castle Kelfor, which we go into constantly, and the fortress at the end. Yes, the priceless sapphire, which we need to unlock the rest of the museum, because we don't actually have the whole museum open. Okay, good. Climbing gear is on. I think you need the climbing gear to get to this town. I'm not 100% sure, because I haven't tried it without it. But even if it wasn't here, you do need it to get into the Pirate's Cave, because it's completely surrounded by mountains. I should probably just not be fighting this guy. The Thrust Creeper is one of the enemies in the game who are actually really annoying unless you have the right weapon. Like, I don't know if I can get through the mountains there. Eagle Hollow. I think we'll do the raft first, and then we'll go talk to the healer. I should have enough money for healing, but if I don't, it's more important I get the raft. Actually, I'm going to check the armor shop to see if there's better armor here. I seem to think that the gear shops in this town are awful. Yeah, that's what I have. Like, certain towns will have different quality gear, and I think Eagle Hollow is just awful for everything. There we go. Let's get out of here. Oops. All of the water monsters are pretty awful to fight. So I'm just not going to. There we go. I'm not sure how easy it is to find this without maps. I think the expectation is that you kind of sail around a bit randomly. There is a way to find it, but I'm not sure that you can actually access it right away. Because there's an exhibit in the museum called Tapestry that shows you the entire map. Out of my way. Rock beetles are randomly really hard. Sure. Alright, we're going to save the game just in case. I do something like really dumb right away. Or something strange happens. Here we go. Magic flame. Those guys can break your weapons, so I don't really want to fight them normally. Alright, we're on floor 2. But I bought the cheap weapons. There we go. So, oh, this guy's not a problem. There are 3 enemies in here that are a problem. Knuckles will break your weapon. There's a slug that can eat your armor. And then there's a guy who will just drain your endurance. And so I will not spend a lot of time messing with those guys. And my goal is going to be to get every chest that I come across. There we go. We got some armor. That's better. And I won't really go out of my way for anything. Some of the traps are visible, and some of them you have to uncover. I think that's based off of your intelligence stat, so later on we're going to have to examine a lot more things as we don't improve our intelligence stat at all. Oh. I meant to use this. Psycho Strength, which kind of doubles your damage, I think. I don't know that for sure, but that's my guess at what it does. It doesn't seem like intelligence matters with that one. Right. If we see these blue boxes, they'll give us hit points back. So, magic, flame, and it missed. And another one. Where are we in the map? Okay. We need to get the compass for it to tell me which direction I'm facing when I'm in here. And the compass is in here, but it comes in like a certain number of healing chests you unlock or something. It might just be completely random on one of those. I don't know. We're seeing a lot of these guys so far. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. Nope, I forgot to examine there. The map tells me where these things are. I just forget to do it sometimes. And we want to go down the second one here because the first one goes to a dead-end area. If you don't know where the things are, you can also just like open every some number or hit examine every some number of steps. Oh yeah, we want to go this way. Oh. So the enemies are always the same in the different areas. You don't see new enemies over the course of the game, but you will see that they gain abilities and end up being a lot stronger. So yeah, let's just climb down. All right. And the psycho strength does wear off. I saw that on the screen and I literally didn't react. It does wear off after a little bit. But the monsters in 1 through 4 and 5 and 8 are all the same type. So we've entered a new monster type area. So we won't see any of the guys we saw before, and we'll see all completely new guys. Okay, we're looking for coins. What we really want, I don't care about your knife. I want coins. It'll save me time. Topaz, especially. I don't think we need another jade coin, although it could be useful to get one. There we go. You don't even need to use it. It immediately registers, and now it'll tell us which direction we're facing, which can save us some pain. Speaking of pain, we do have to physically leave. There we go. We got a topaz coin. Cool. We could get an amethyst coin down here, but I don't think we can get one until we gain a level up. So I think I'm wrong about that. Yep. And get blasted. There we go. The danglers are the guys that can drain our endurance. I haven't actually had it happen yet. But it can happen. Oh, this guy was right there. Later on, these guys can completely rip you to shreds. Okay. And the likelihood of the spells working, I think, depends on your intelligence, which is why I don't like relying on it, because intelligence is slow. Level. Okay. Oh, it's this one. This particular floor is just annoying in the way it's designed. And we get to fight Mr. Potato, our first Mr. Potato fight. Not sure how they came up with that name. He does kind of look like a potato, but... I'm just going to go ahead and grab that. And then we're going to climb up. We are now on to floor 5. Oh, I went the wrong direction. I'm an idiot. Well, that's a minute, maybe. Maybe it's not that bad. We got slime wart. Magic. Psycho strength. So I said I bought 12. I think 10 is actually enough. But I forgot the number I needed. And it's okay. We're going to have a little bit of extra money the way this is going to work out. Some of these places exist just for you to fall down them as traps. Like this whole area is just that chest. Alright. This guy eats armor. I don't really want my armor 8. I'm gonna run out of magic. There we go. And there's another one right behind him. Oh, where am I? Okay. Dang it, I looked at the wrong map. Oops. That guy hits pretty hard. We could use a healing thing, but I'm gonna try to not do that. Actually, you know what? It's probably faster if I just do it. There we go. Healing herbs give you back half of your hit points. We're going slightly out of our way to grab these hit points. Rather than using a healing herb. I think you just... Ah, shoot. Just using the healing herbs is faster. There we go. Alright, now we have... This is a very lengthy sequence to get through 8, which is our last floor in the dungeon. Again, very Ultima-like in the exact same amount of max floors. But this floor is designed to be more painful to get through. Like, a lot of them, there's different paths you can go down and stuff. This one is almost a straight shot. We're gonna fight more slime warts. I feel like that fell off faster. Alright. Ah, I knew that was there too. Dumb. So when I practiced this before, I was actually able to get through all of these areas without... Come on, I am failing them. And I'm out. I am failing the magic spells a whole lot more than I remember doing. Oh my gosh, so many enemies too. Ow. I'm gonna go apparently fight Mr. Potato, who's gonna be in my way. We're just gonna use the herb. We're not gonna... I actually was worried that I swung that last swing because I think I was in a potential kill range. Go. I also keep moving into their attack range instead of waiting for them to, like, move at me. I'm getting impatient. So we've hit the treasure trove here at the end. There's some gold. A shoddy knife. Great. The worst possible thing that you can get weapon-wise. Some more gold. There's our sapphire coin. And come on. The real thing. The crown. So now we have to leave. It'll go a little bit faster than the way in because we're going to open very few chests. I'm going to peek around at a few hit point things I didn't get previously. I don't even know if that's necessary, man. I think I would just use herbs, really. Oh. Unfortunately, our seek spell only works in the overworld on the original continent. So we can't use it once we get out of here either. I hit X. I guess I hit S instead of X. And for the record, you know, you might think, oh, I gambled that like 420 at the beginning. Couldn't I just like save scum and do that? I don't actually want to do that because I'm pretty sure in this version of the game the most you can bet is 500. Because if you ever make more than a total of 1,000 gold off of any of the gambling things, they attack you. They call the guards, they assume you're cheating, and you get, you know, thrown in prison and all your money taken, so... The Apple II version apparently did not do that. In fact, I thought, if you were here yesterday, when I was messing around with it, you might have seen that I thought that I could gamble my way to not having to check any chest in the game, really, for gold, and it isn't how that works, so... Oh, my magic's wearing down, too. We've just had so many enemies compared to what I've seen in the past. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're just gonna use the herbs. The when I said the game speed doesn't matter, it does matter in these situations if I'm not hitting buttons, but I don't want it to be set high, because basically you can mash through the delays. There we go. Oops. Oh yeah, I got that one. So I guess we're gonna swing around up here for these heal boxes. I don't know if this is the fastest thing. Oh, it's probably faster. I'm getting attacked from behind too. And I feel like my enemy RNG has been real bad in here. That I've just seen more enemies than I should have. But initially, I thought this whole place is going to take me like an hour to get through. And it's definitely not going to. Looks like maybe 33 minutes. Yep. We got somebody behind me. More enemies. Holy cow. They are just all over the place. Like, the amount of spells I've had to use here is surprisingly high. There's another one. Oh, there he is. I'm not sure which way is faster, if it's faster for me to go up that way and around. There's some more money and stuff, but this is probably quicker. So I do have to be careful. That enemy will follow me. Yeah. They come out with you. They don't, like, you can't just leave the floor. In fact, the game seems to really hate that when you do that, because I feel like this is what happens. You always get two enemies right off the bat. And again, we're getting ridiculous enemy quantities. Oh, you know what it is? I know what it is. I didn't buy any kill flashes. I was using those last time, and they kill multiple enemies. So I gotta keep that in mind if we ever do another run of this again. Buy kill flashes. That's why we've had to fight so many more enemies. So that is an oversight. We won't do that again in this run. Because it seems like Psycho Strength lasts to a certain number of swings. Oh, there he is. All right, level 4. Once it clicks around. Now we get a different type of enemy. I'm gonna go left here. Okay, we did not get our weapon broke. It's not going to matter a whole lot at this point, but it's not like we found a good replacement weapon or a backup anyway. We go all the way to the knife instead of having the club, because we just never found a club. It said 33 minutes. We're not getting out of here in 33 minutes. Bad thing about this guy is he just takes longer to attack you because he's just that whole flash animation. But the next two places, well, floor 2 is a bit of a walk, but floor 1 is not. It's pretty straightforward, so. Hey, Lynn. We're doing okay. I already made a mistake that's cost me a few minutes in this particular split. That I misunderstood how one of the spells worked, and now just realizing that kind of made some things make more sense. The spell called Kill Flash apparently kills multiple enemies in the area, not just the one in front of me or next to me. So I guess it's good to know. So intermixing them every once in a while will cut down on the overall enemy quantity. I didn't get as much money this time, so I didn't buy any, but I should have. Alright, this guy can die. Thank you. Jeez. Also, I had a lot worse luck with my spells landing. I only bought a handful of them, and they just didn't want to work. But, like, if I had used Kill Flash, all of these enemies would probably be dead. I've never had a sequence where I've had to fight 4 of them in a row. Okay, now we're to floor 1. We're the last floor. Knuckles. And he broke my weapon. Dang it. I guess we're going to our superb knife. 8. Our spell wore off too, but we're so close to being done that I don't want to I'll take these hit points though to waste another spell, especially because I used one more than I intended here. Muscles. We gain strength. There's 2 reasons why you can't warp out. One of them, I'm pretty sure you lose the crown if you die here, and the second one is you gain that strength. And we don't want to just die outside of here too, because we have 5,000 gold that we're going to need. Yeah, hold climbing gear. And now we get to sail all the way back. Not you. To the white arches, not the golden arches. Hey. I think I definitely want to get a full set of kill flashes for the next one, but that costs like all of my money, and I'm going to need to spend it on something else between now and then. Come on. Or... Thank you. There it is, to the museum. We'll see if we gain the level right now. If not, I might have to use the topaz coin to get some money. I'd rather not use it because I might, I need one more later. But I don't know. They seem to pop up often enough. The coin requirements. Oh, click on the game. So if I don't get a promotion here talking to the king, I'm going to go all the way to the other exhibit and use it to see if that does it. Yeah, so it's you have to use both of the coins or all of the things, I bet. The as I mentioned before, and I don't mean this as an insult or a slight, but the person who made the FAQs for this game is has made tons of them. Maybe the most prolific FAQ writer of games that I've ever wanted to play. Known as ASchultz, Andrew Schultz. But he's just wrong about some of these things. I'm pretty sure the next level requires that you use 2 amethyst coins to clear those. And then the next one is actually 2 sapphire coins, which we're not going to have to worry about too much. I do need to actually use the sapphire coin, though, to unlock the other areas, or I won't find a loose sapphire coin, which I need. The thing up there about Armac is exactly that. We get the nice image here of just the axe in the head of a skeleton who's chained up. As you well know, some exhibits in this museum can be deadly, but you haven't even seen the most dangerous displays yet. Many years ago, the innermost section of this museum was blocked off. Some exhibits found there were just too dangerous. Museum insurance rates were skyrocketing. Since you have succeeded where many others have failed, this part of the museum will be open to you from now on. Perhaps you have a chance. Probably you don't. Oh yeah, I think about that every once in a while. Like I played the Kryn trilogy before. But I didn't play it on these systems. I played it on like Windows 3.1. And they didn't. There we go. There's our promotion. By my power as caretaker. Level 3. We split. And we get the most important item in the whole game. Not really, but we get the caretaker gives us. He has things locked. We already found the crown. I don't know where the crown and scepter are. Well, I do. I happen to have the crown. Sure. I don't know why you ever say no to any of these questions. Here's the key. Scepter and crown. That is not how I would spell scepter, but that's how the game spells it, so. Immediately into the crown text. Okay. Thank you for that very good information. The only way you can get out of here is using the gold armband. It's kind of dumb, actually. Like, that's... I don't like that that's a requirement. It's kind of silly, so... I'll probably visit the shop in Allenville to see if I can... buy some upgraded gear. The gear tends to be locked into your levels. Oh, here we go. We hadn't had this happen yet. This actually has to happen before you can get promoted to the next level. You get ambushed by bandits. And they steal the compendium. Jerks. I'm gonna actually grab a drink really quick. Just pause it for a while. There we go. That happens erratically, though. We do so much damage now that we have the knife equipped again. But there might come a situation where it would make more sense for me to kill a guard in this palace. So getting upgrading gear would be nice. Hey, 8-bits. Yes, I'm speedrunning something. I'm not just playing rando. Speedrunning something that I've never seen anyone speedrun before, and maybe I'm the first one. I don't know. I don't always check really thoroughly on these things. Not Commodore 64 Barbie, although maybe we'll get to that. Allenville. Once again, we are in Allenville. It's just Allenville. Yay. Hard to get super excited about Allenville. Oh, and I should click on the game. There we go. I wanted to see if I could proc a coin really quick. Um, all right, we'll take the fair bladed staff and we'll equip it. And we're going to actually sell the other crap. It's a bit of a waste of time because this stuff doesn't, like, I don't really need this money. But it gives a chance for them to pop up coin. Whoops. It's something like 2 to 5% chance that they just ask you if you want to buy a coin or something or another when you do transactions. We have better armor. I don't think I have a great ring mail, but I don't think it matters. It's not a big difference, right? No, that is what I have. Actually, we want to sell the old stuff. Allenville related to Cruella de Vil? I don't think so, but who knows? Now we get to go back to Castle Kelfor one more time. And by one more time, I mean until the next time we have to go back in. I like to save it here because if I'm going to screw up a place, it's usually this place. So we're going to go over and grab our seeds again. And we're going to use our new iron key to get the scepter out of here. Let's hold the stone key. Again, the guards don't remember me at all. The moment you turn invisible, they forget that you exist until you steal again. This is not the last time we're going to go over to this plant. There's all these chests we haven't opened. If I get a lot of seeds, I might actually swing through here and see if I can get a coin out of one of the chests. Oh, use. I use. I always forget that. Okay, that's good. I think I only need 2 for the last part here, so I can come down here and see if we can get some more coins. The museum coins are RNG, and it is a painful RNG. Now we'll do this. So I'll do it this way, actually. Oh, you know what? I forgot to, oh no, I didn't. There we go. Magic seeds at the ready. Open. Use. Open. Amethyst coin. There we go. That's one thing we did need. And a jade coin. Wow. I don't think we need the jade coin for anything, but that guy's in my way. How many do I have left? 3. So I can burn 1 more, but I'll need 2 to do the thing that I actually have to unlock here, so. I'm going to do these in the corner. It gives the enemies less time to get in my way. Okay. All right. You know, this isn't the fastest way to get there. I'm also wasting some time here in the castle because I'm not going the right direction. I should have maybe used it on those 2. I don't know. I think it's hard to get both of those with 1 seed. They tend to get in the way. But yeah, we found a jade coin, which maybe we can use for another weapon. The weapons exhibit, I think, lets you use it twice before it stops working. Oops. So I'm going to hold the iron key now. The thing that made it so that there's no way whatsoever we could have done this early. The game has a lot of hard gated things, so we're just going to come up here. We're going to hold on to... We have 6, or we have 2 left, right? Okay. It's the scepter! Okay. And now... Okay. And now we're invisible. And the way this is designed, I think this is actually low enough so that the guys up top will not move to block you. Because they could very easily move to block you. This whole section, having to kill all these guys would be a gigantic pain in the butt. And that's it for Castle Kelfor this time. We still have to come here 2 more times. Oh, whoops. Reset. We don't reset in runs like this. But I can cast my Seek spell. I'm going to put the ship back. I'm going to keep sailing the ship back so I don't have to buy another one. I'll make this a little bit closer, though, so I don't have to walk all the way to Allenville, because we might not actually go into Allenville again. Come. Stuck. Disembark. And magic. Seek spell. We warp back. And then we go into the museum. Which again, it says nostalgia welcomes all adventures to the museum. That's hacked. Normally at this time, it would make you use the wheel that's in the background of my splits, where they would tell you like the planet, the gemstone, and then how many rings, and you would have to look that up and input it. All right. Oh yeah. Great day for the museum. And now he gives us magic ice. And there's a split. Yep, our magic scroll got stolen. Sources say it was sold a few days later on the black market. We cannot get a level up yet because we have to use we have to unlock both amethyst coin displays. But let's do one of them now. So again, this is just a version of Liar's Dice. I didn't even know what Liar's Dice was until like 20 years after I played this. So if you need instructions, look them up in the book. 3 1s. Oh, he didn't have any 1s. I suck. I should have done 3 2s. 3 5s. I go really aggressive. He has no 5s. Okay, this is just bad luck. And we lose because... Oh, we won. There we go. So losing this as fast as possible might be We're gonna go with 1-6. I want to see what he does with the 5s. 2 4s. We're gonna bid 3 4s and hope that he doesn't have 2 4s. Aha, we won. So if we want to get intelligence up, this is the thing we have to do. Yeah, 2. If we did 2 1s, we would have won. All right. I lied. Well, I hope he has a 5. He didn't have a 5. All right. We lost a point of intelligence. This costs money and it takes a really long time to go up and it's not guaranteed. So we're just gonna leave it at that. I hit no, right? So our next thing is... Oh, I went the wrong direction. It's okay. It's just not that much of a difference. We need 1 more amethyst coin to gain another level. Plus we have something we can be doing in Castle Kelfor again. See, there is 1 more split versus what it says. I'm going to quickly go up here to buy our spells and such. How many? 7? Okay. We're going to buy 2 more Psycho Strengths. Yes. There's our Amethyst coin. We're good. Kill Flash. You can only get 20, so we're going to buy 20, which is a ton of money. And we'll buy 25 Firebolts. And that's good enough. And we leave. We could have done this after we go back to Kelfor Castle. And I still might, but I think we got the coins we need. And I think this actually will help. We'll shorten up our trip here by about 30 steps. Oh, farmers. No. Striders. No. Yeah, we'll probably stop there 1 more time after we loot to get better gear, but we'll do it after we get promoted. Before we go into the test, which is what Escape Armac is. The test is it throws you into the bottom of a dungeon and you have to leave. And that's it. But all of my splits until the Pegasus split are all going to be getting levels. Bandit decided to attack me first. I hit the wrong button, but this works. I was going to do that anyway. So we're back in Kelfor Castle yet again. I think we'll only have to do this one more time. We have to. We might have to fight a few guards this time around. We don't have the best gear for it, but it'll be okay. Baron, the evil Baron Kelfor. I believe the game calls him evil, so it's okay to be bad to him. That's how this works. He's a Nazi, so we can punch him. There we go. Got to put the stone key on. We have to use the invisible stuff here. Okay, good. We got the maximum seed roll again. You get 3 to 5 seeds. So we've gotten really good rolls. If they're really low, it could actually be pretty bad. So we get to go to a place of the castle we have not been before. Hold the magic ice. And yay! Also, again, once you get to this next area, you are kill on sight. Everything will charge you. They won't let you walk around, so we're going invisible right off the bat instead of waiting until we get a chest. So there are 2 keys we have to get in here. And 1 coin and another guy to talk to who will give us 36 endurance. He will set our endurance at 36, which means we're going to take less damage from things, because up to now we've been getting kind of clobbered. And we'll open chests with extra seeds on the way out, but the only thing I'm hoping for is a second coin, a sapphire coin. The coin that we have to get out of here that's locked in 1 chest is the turquoise coin, which you don't technically have to do yet, but it makes sense to. So we're gonna we can't get through that door. So this is a tricky puzzle area. You have to walk the lines. This is not that tricky, and it's kind of obvious. If you fail it, the game will let you know, and I think the guards come, so... And... copper key. Oh, I'm holding the wrong thing, dang it. It's the magic seeds. Well, we wasted one of our herbs on recovering, what was that, 8 hit points. So we can't go here yet. That's our next trip, and we have to do something to get to there. Do I want to... You know what? Let's do this. This might take up an extra couple of seconds, but if I want to fight these guys, this will make this easier. Oh, you know what? I don't have any money. Never mind. Talking to that guy requires money. So... whatever. The second key we need is down here. The maps that are on GameFaqs that the ASchultz guy did. He actually has these backwards, but you know, who cares? So what I'm going to do is is... Attack the guard and miss. Again. He just did 65 damage to me. 45 damage to me. Again, my endurance is not very good. And unfortunately, they can attack diagonal and I can't. So I have to walk through their damage range to get to them. Kind of annoying. I could have tried another spell, but whatever. The fire bolts are really designed for the guards to go after them, but if your intelligence is very poor, you won't land hits and they won't do as much damage. So, okay. This is where these chests are all worth a ton of money, so... Well, besides the one that has the brass key. And we can't go through that area down there. It looks suspect. And I think you take like a ton of damage going there. So I don't think you want to do that. How many do I have left? Is it 3? Alright. I'm hitting buttons. There we go. There's one chest that looks very suspicious, and I think it might be locked in to be a sapphire coin. But I was already wrong about this once, so I don't know for sure that it's going to be the case. If that's the situation, then I might try to get the 5 chests that are kind of lingering up there, but... Meet the Wizard of Potions! Sure. 2,500 gold, and he sets our, if it lets me, game sometimes is randomly very slow, and this is one of them times. Yeah, so our endurance just gets set to 36, and we gain 5 strength, which is nice. Okay, and now we need the brass key to unlock this one. And we still have, what, 2 magic seeds? Right, okay. It's worth double checking. Turquoise coin. This is the thing we need for the password. The password doesn't get us to level 4, but it's required for after this. But for my sanity, I figure we'll just do this again before... It's 2,000 gold. So we didn't get a sapphire coin in here, which is unfortunate. But we can mess around and get one. Last time I did that, that was a sapphire coin. But we're out of herbs. And when I say mess around, I mean I'll probably go to a food vendor and just keep spamming until he offers to sell me a coin. We also could find one in the overworld. That happens sometimes too. But we're out of herbs, right? Yeah, so there's no seeds. We'd have to go all the way out and back in. And this place is so slow to navigate. I can't just hit L to leave like I can in the towns. Which you can't do, by the way, if you rob the town. And yeah, blowing this last seed, this whole exit sequence would be insanely painful. Even though our endurance is up now, so we shouldn't be taking 60 damage from guards. I still don't want to do it. I might skip doing the password, actually. And get it out of Armac, because we'll likely get a chest that would get us a sapphire coin there anyway. Oh wait, no, I'm dumb. We need the sapphire coin to do the test, to do the Armac thing. So, yeah, never mind. But the next time we come in, the last time we come in, when we have to go through that last remaining door, I don't know. I guess there won't be any more coins after the sapphire coin. What do we need? We need one topaz. Yeah, we still need one topaz coin and one sapphire coin to finish the game, and one diamond coin. Randomly, the game decided it was a good idea to make it random to find, like so many other coins. I think they want you to just play the game instead of doing speedrun strats. And you got to get a little bit away from the water. So we're going to use the amethyst coin on the tapestry. Then we're going to come back and get our level up. And then we'll go do the password. Hey, fruit shop. Welcome in. Yes. Oh, hit the buttons too. So this shows you a map of the world, and it tells you where some things are. If you didn't know how to get to the pirate's cave, this would help a little bit, but it tells you where things are that you've found by now. So I feel like this was a mistake, that they meant for this to be easier to find. Which I guess theoretically you can get the amethyst coin without going to these areas. Maybe. I don't know. Yes. Hey, Biff. This is Legacy of the Ancients for the Commodore 64. As far as I know, first ever speedrun of. And now we're level 4. Okay, now we're going to use our new turquoise coin. It's going to take me a minute to get there, because it's nowhere close. Okay, the weaponry thing might be permanently closed. We might just be able to get it early, and that's oh, okay, here I am. There you go. It's in the Questron series, so it's kind of like the Ultima games. Here's where I have to remember that the map is incorrect about how you navigate this area. The map that I'm using. Oh, whoops. That's right, you gotta go this way. The Guardian. And they give you information about how to do this part, but you can't do this part. I mean, that's what it says, right? Speedrunning Pioneer. In various places I put that. It sounds fancier than it is. Okay, now we can theoretically go there, except if we go there, the guy's going to be like, you're not strong enough to help me. And, oops. And then we can't do anything, so, I've tried to see if we could, oh, also split. There we go. Go eating. I mean, there is a bit of that too. So we're going to go to Holy Point to try to spawn a sapphire coin. Or maybe this pixie will sell me one. No. We're also going to get better gear because we've gained 2 levels, I think, since we've improved our gear. 1 level? I don't know. We've gained something. No. Okay. Are there any more spells I need? Probably not. It is interesting that there are these little lakes and towns, and they seem to have a different number of things inside them, but I don't think it matters at all. Superb double mail sounds like what we want. So armor 2. Sell the great ring mail. Superb warhammer is exactly what we want. I think they expect you to take longer in this general area. We're gonna sell the fair bladed staff. So you kind of skip a whole weapon slot here. And after you get promoted here, it takes a long time for you to access the, like, the next tier of weapons doesn't like to appear. So this might seem weird, but this is the most efficient way to get a coin. And we got a sapphire coin. So, yeet. That's what we needed. We needed exactly that. Hopefully we can get a topaz coin in Armac then. Oh shoot, I'm not clicked on the game. You know, I should have saved it, but I'm not gonna worry about that now. And one of the things about leaving this other way I left is that it puts me, when you re-enter, you enter the same place you exited. So if I wanted to be closer to the caretaker, I have to walk all the way back, and that would suck. Nope, it's this way. That is the diamond one. What we need is the test. As we get ready. Almost certain death, you say? the best knights will still do it. Those who survive become tougher, fiercer, and wiser. I don't think I get wiser. For in a moment, you'll find yourself at the very bottom of Armak. The way out lies far above. The risk is great. The payoff greater. And here we go. So, this is the easiest of the dungeons. Because you only have to go one way. You don't have to leave. Well, you don't have to go all the way down and then leave. You start in the bottom. But if you remember watching me go through this before, the enemies are no pushover. Everything gets harder as we go along. Magic. Psycho Strength. I used the wrong spell. Alright, well, he's dead. Oh, shoot. I'm not paying attention. I'm still going to grab the chest along the way, but I'm not going to go too far out of my way to get things. Oh, you know what? Psycho Strength. There we go. And you can see they're doing a whole lot more damage to me. So if I wasn't this level, if I were what I was doing before, I'd be having trouble here. There we go. Let's make sure herbs are on. Let's not actually get damaged by traps. As we find hit points just laying around. Okay. We'll leave that one for later. Oh, there is no later, but whatever. That's right, we don't come back through this. Nope, never mind, we already see it. Yeah, I think it's based off... Oh. Mr. Potato is stalking me. That is a fake out. Oh. Okay, and we need to go... Okay, yeah, it's one of the ones on the far left. Oh, I was confused for a second. Pass. Wait for Slime Wart to come up to us. Instead of me just walking into him and taking an extra hit for no good reason. And these guys hit pretty hard. And now we get to use a kill flash on purpose. Because those guys can lower our endurance, and I don't have any plan on raising it again. So... I'm I'm trying to see which way I'm supposed to go from here again. I think, yeah, it's that one. There's this place is meant to be a maze. Like, that is why it's supposed to be challenging. But mazes tend to mean that you can clear them fairly quickly. So where are we now? Trap to the south. So we want to go this way. And we just go all the way around. Examine. Let's not walk into traps. The chests can be trapped too. Which I say right as it happens. I don't think you can examine your way out of a trapped chest, though. I took one extra step for that. Open, get our healing on. And now we climb up. So this one, I think we just go, yeah, just around the corner, basically. Oh, my spell wore off. So these are the weaker enemies. Yeah, they're supposed to be. Okay. Here's where it's a little tricky because you have to where am I at? Okay. Oh. You have to go up and down multiple times between floor 2 and floor 1 to get out. So they're kind of, again, compensating for the fact that you can really cruise through some of the previous floors with really a little problem. Come on. There he is. The next place is a little bit more difficult because you have to spend a lot more time getting things. A fair plated mail is probably better than what I have. They're probably really close. Nope. Hello. I'm still waiting for that topaz coin to show up. That's the reason why I decided to come around here and get these remaining chests, was to give the game a chance to give it to me. south. Oh, there he is. Open. Nope, there he is. Alright, you know what? We got 2 enemies. I think it's time for us to dispose of them with... I like the music, because every time they play this up to now, it's really bad for you. Like, something bad happened to you. But that's just... It's something bad that happens to every enemy in the area. Come on. I like that they give you hit points right before the exit. Oh, I meant to hit C. And we're done. That was Armaz. Again, when you know how to get through it and it's less mazy, it's a lot easier. I think traditionally that's considered to be the hardest dungeon, but it wasn't for me. Now it's got to put us back into the museum. Again, I think technically we get the level up. Like if you died in Armaz, I think you would still be able to level up. I don't know. It seems like once you clear anything that's outstanding, or like you at least go into the locations based off of the coin count, it'll level you up. But I don't know for sure. But that was the last sapphire coin we're going to need. So the next thing we're going to need is a ruby coin. But once you get the coin, it seems like it's enough for that particular promotion. So I don't know. The rubies needed to get to the 4 jewels area. A merchant in Big Rapids has been killed by marauders from across the sea. All right. A powerful and cruel warlord. He didn't say dexterity, though. Apparently our dexterity's fine. I have no plans. Oh, and they're split as we gain a level. Splits are a little behind, but that's probably fine. Okay, let's get out of there. So many of the overworld enemies are like unique in that your weapon works really well against one type and no others. Like, hey, a slime weird is weak to a hammer. So I did a bunch of damage. It can make it useful to keep old weapons around. But, like, this guy, I would completely decimate with a knife. I'm not keeping a knife around just to fight that guy. Apparently giant manta rays are weak to the hammer too. I keep hitting the wrong buttons. That's okay. We examined the water and then we saved the game, which I was going to do in a minute anyway. And we're back into Castle Kelfor. Believe it or not, this is the last time we have to go into Castle Kelfor. We got that password earlier, and now we have to speak the password to open the door instead of it being a key. It's a password, yeah. So I'm gonna open some chests to see if I can proc a topaz coin, but only on the way out. Because we actually need a topaz coin to do the next section. Or we can't go anywhere. So once again, I could have just hit the number to do that too. Three seeds, that sucks. But it's not like we, you know what, actually we need to hold magic ice. I could have used one. But whatever. Look at me and my cool ice. So I'm only going to have 2 seeds. We will not lose one getting this last storyline thing. So I'll just have to mess around with the 5 chest area. Only being able to blow 1 seed. There's still chests in the bottom floor, but I'm not going to try that hard. I'm just going to do it because it's on the way out. That's possibly a way of finding a topaz coin. Otherwise, I'm just going to go back to the shop in Holy Point and just keep... oh, I gotta go right. And just keep messing around here. But yeah, these are... I would have to kill some guards to get all 5 of these, I think. And there are a lot of guards. Maybe if I start in the bottom right one and go up. I don't know, that one there. I don't need to hold any item here, do I? Where am I at? Yeah, this is the way to go. Speak. So if I didn't get promoted after leaving Armac, this guy would be like, "You're not strong enough to help me." The game is just gated in so many ways. But it's gated rather effectively. He put the magic mark on my arm despite me being invisible. Now we have to wait because whenever this stuff happens, it takes a minute for the game to like think. There we go. This is the last time we come here because there's nothing else we need. We don't get to see Baron Kelfor. In fact, I don't know where he is. It's just his place. Baron Kelfor's castle. So I'm thinking we try to get the easternmost. Okay, good. The easternmost chests in a like. Don't get stuck. Oh, I can't go that way. Oh wow. All right. Well, maybe I won't bother with that after all. We'll just get these 2. Or I have to kill 3 guards probably to do both of these. I don't think it's worth it. Aha. You thought you saw me, but you were wrong. All right, now we're out. We tried. Like maybe that one of these guys is Baron Kelfor because there's just a giant table. Maybe he's like at the table. I don't know. And again, the slow walk out. I'm not gonna bother trying to proc the chest for more coins. And yeah, this is where the game as a full speed run kind of wears on you because there's not a whole lot of like stuff happening. It's just you're redoing a lot of areas over and over, which can be pretty tedious. So I could just open the stuff and slaughter the guards down here. They're not going to be as strong, but I don't really want to. Again, the fastest way for me to probably proc the coin is to just keep messing around in towns. But I need the topaz coin to go to the pirates area because the ruby is in the town there. That or I take my boat there somehow. Not sure how. I'm gonna actually go into the town here, and I said we weren't gonna go into Allenville again, but I guess I lied. We're going back to Allenville forever. Dealing with Allenville. It is funny that this game makes you get this boat just to go there. Then there's no other way you can buy a boat to get there except through Allenville. The game insists upon Allenville. Did I... How many spells did we use? I'll buy 3 more kill flashes here. It's a little bit more expensive here, but it's not like I need money for anything, right? Oh, this was a long way. We got a sapphire coin, which was not what we needed. So I might get an amethyst coin out of this too. In fact, sapphire coin, the only thing that you can use it for is going back into Armaz, and why would I want to do that? That's kind of silly. I'm just gonna walk to the other places. There's something like a 2 to 5% chance that they're gonna offer you a coin. That's I don't have that information from anywhere. That's just what it seems like. We got a fair bow and arrow. And we got a shoddy plated mail. All right. So I don't think this is any easier to help me get there, but I'm wondering if I proc something with the storyline, maybe it'll be a little bit easier to... Yeah, like, those guys are weak to the bow. But to progress the storyline at all, you have to talk to healers, and they'll tell you to go to... Oh no, I see. I wanted them because I might find somebody in the overworld who will sell me a topaz coin too. But this is just one of the unfortunate things about speedrun, is that you frequently have to troll around to get coins, and if they don't randomly show up for you, it sucks. Distant healer awaits me. Okay. Well, that didn't help with anything in particular, but... You know what? We're not going to worry about the weapon and armor shops here because we might get improvements upon gaining another level. See, our maximum hit points are up to 1,200 now. Let me see something. A small part of me wants to just use the jade coin, but I think that's not what I want. Because the game seems to not want to give me both jade and topaz coins, but I don't think that has anything to do with anything. I think we just burn time here, like 10 minutes of time on trying to get a topaz coin to proc. This was actually the thing that kept me from wanting to do this speedrun in the first place. Was the idea of being completely subject to RNG on the coins appearing. But it hasn't been that bad. This is actually the worst I've had it at getting things to appear that I want to appear. Yeah, I'm going to try something different. What is my... Okay, we're fine. Oh, actually, I did want to fight these guys. Pixie, sell me a coin. I don't know if this is going to help, but... Oops. Wow, I hit yes. I didn't want the description of Thornberry. Usually I can never find jade coins after the start. This time it's topaz. So I'm going to just throw away my jade coin here. Thank you for the 300 gold. Yeah, I might literally not check any chest in the last area because we have so much money to save time. Because I don't think there's anything... Well, I don't know. Maybe a weapon or armor would be nice, but I'm probably just going to nuke any of the things that could do to break mine. Like, I've ended the game with 2 topaz coins before. The fact that I can't get one to spawn here is pretty annoying. Imagine if I were to run this in some sort of marathon. There we go! Let's get out of here. We can progress. I have to do this one more time. There's one more case where I have to actually get a coin and to troll around for it in this exact same way. Excuse me. Yes. No. Yes. Do not make me read the text again. And now we just walk the Ego Hollow again. It is kind of weird that they make you go here twice. Like it's kind of neat to make it important later, but it kind of it feels like it's a bit of fluff. And there's so much in the base world that you don't have to go to. Like, what towns did we see? We saw like the minimum amount of towns. We saw Holy Point, we saw Allenville, and Thornberry, which we literally would have left immediately out of Thornberry if I didn't want to do a double or nothing on my money at the start of the game. So I don't know. This split is like 20 minutes, 24 probably by the time we're done. 25 minutes. That doesn't feel great, but I don't know, man. Yeah, I think we're just gonna go. I'm not gonna worry about the gear. Because I thought about bouncing out to Holy Point to check the gear one more time once we get promoted, but I don't think we're gonna worry about it. Welcome to our secret society. Congratulations, you are now part of our team. We need your help. At the bottom of a terrible dungeon. Yes. It's giving you important information. It's flashing you with that information. And we get a ruby coin because everything is coins. If you could see the keyboard flashing up on the screen, which I don't have, I'm just mashing the L button. Like, get me out of here. Oh. Mammoth screechers are one of the enemies that I recall being really vicious. So we kind of winged it on the food, and it looks like we had plenty of food without buying some insanely ridiculous number. We're still going to use a little bit more, but there is not much more overworlding left in the game. So we're definitely not on pace for this to take like 8 hours or 6 hours. Again, this last place is going to take a while, but I might just ignore everything, only get the HP chests, and just roll it because I have so much money. Which feels like the ideal way to do this is just to possibly use the extra money to skip stuff at the end of the game. Lanesburg is under attack. Yeah, the healer gets killed in Lanesburg. Which, it's like the secret society here, or whatever, that the evil we're fighting knows. Yeah, that 24-minute split could be like 12 minutes. I'm pretty sure. So, that's the one where that and the Pirate's Cave both felt like I wasted a lot of time. Alright. So our maximum hit points are actually up to 1,600 now. But you don't gain hit points back when you gain levels. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to do this long walk in here to get to the last dungeon, and then to get back. We'll split again when we talk to the caretaker and get level 7. And that will unlock the diamond coin as possible. Which, unfortunately, you have to find, and it's a random drop, like everything else. Again, I'm not trying to rag on the game or anything, but that is, in my opinion, something that the game really goofed up as far as balance goes. So we haven't been over here yet because there was no reason for me to go here. 4 jewels, insert ruby coin. I also probably should have saved it, but whatever. Museum is not chart of this dungeon, has little knowledge of its contents. We know primarily that nobody has yet emerged alive. Sure. This one's a lot more straightforward, but it's again, the enemies are juiced up to the hardest they're going to be the entire time we're doing this. Oh, didn't I say I wasn't going to care about chests? can't stop opening chest, man. And again, we have to physically leave. So we saw no enemies in the first floor. How about that? Oh. Magic. Psycho strength. So I think the bow and arrow can actually hit people if they're not adjacent to me. But you can see these guys have insanely high hit points compared to what they did before. If I was doing this damage, and I would be one-shotting everything initially in the initial areas. So this one we want to go, okay, yeah, all the way around. Yep. I should have attacked to see if it could do long distance damage. That'd be good to know. We'll take our hit points. Which reminds me, I should have herbs equipped. It takes a turn in battle to equip them, so it's good to just have them equipped before you get to a scenario where you need them. I almost went forward. Those are bad stairways. Go forward. Save that for later, I guess. Okay. Haha, we hit him. Cool. I can hit enemies that are not directly in front of me. I'm a genius. Alright, this one's kind of just here, though. Oh, the natural turtles hit so hard. 61. Oh, my spell wore off. Well, we're gonna put it back on. Okay, I think 12 is the right amount. It lets me get 5 in the first palace, 5 in this the third one, and then 2 in the middle. Palace dungeons. I don't know what I'm talking about palaces. I probably should be using kill flashes more often. But okay. And this goes, we gotta face north, I think, right? Oh no. Okay, yeah, we don't want to go to that place. Ah! I was facing north, dang it. I wasn't paying attention to the stuff on the screen. Yeah, we want to go all the way around here. So even though there is a spot right there, we do not want to go down there. Yeah, this place is tricky because it's got a lot of like multiple things on every floor. I was holding up and I didn't see this. Okay, here we go. You know what? If this happens, we're just going to use kill flash. I'm not even going to bother turning around to mess with them. We're just going to nuke them. Like, there you go. Oh. Yeah, I think if I have higher intelligence, you actually spot more of these traps. But at this point, yeah, we're, again, not worried about intelligence, so... It just means we have to uncover a lot more things. It'd be a bit different if, This part's funny. It's just gas vents the entire way. And it actually goes the other way too, but we're not going that way, so... Okay, so we are... Yeah, here's where we start to have to go back up and down repeatedly a little bit. Where the game decides to make us kind of bounce back and forth, but... We have to get 4 things out of the basement, and they are all in different stairways, so... And without a map already here, it would be very difficult to kind of navigate this. It also doesn't help that the map that I'm provided doesn't tell me exactly which chest they're in, but there's only 4 chests in the basement, so they're just in all of them. The large pulsating jewel. There's one. We could get our hit points back, but it doesn't even feel like it's worth the effort. So we want to turn around. Oh. You know what? We're just going to do this. Since I backed into a trap like an idiot. Just in case there's somebody coming at me. I said I would be a little bit more liberal. Ah! I didn't actually hit the examine button. There we go. Climb down. Because we do not need kill flashes after we're done with this place, so we might as well just use them all. Large pulsating jewel number 2. Hey! Yeah, we're gonna use another kill flash because there's 2 enemies here. And which one are we in now? Okay, oh, this is the one where you got to go up and around. Like, up and then just... There we go. Whoops. A little bit of slime splotch there. Another large pulsating jewel. And we're just using the kill flash on this guy because I don't want him to break my armor. That's it. Just don't eat my armor, bro. And time for the last jewel. Okay, we're just gonna kill flash him too. Yeah, we don't need kill flashes or psycho strength or anything once we're done here. Oh, it's still in effect. Cool. Oh, oops. That's all right because we're just going to ignore that for the way back. Large pulsating jewel number 4. So we've had our fill of large pulsating jewels. And now we just get to leave, which again will not quite take as much time as it seems, but it is going to be a minute. I don't care about using that on the way out. We're short 30 hit points. I think we'll be okay. Oops. Guess we're gonna go this way. See how hard these guys hit? Okay, you know what? I don't care. Get rid of all these guys. So we go north, west, north, east, south. We've probably used, what, 10 of these by now? Seven. I think we're okay to just keep spamming them. In fact, I probably need less psycho strengths if I supplement them with the kill flashes, because the kill flashes kill, like, more enemies than the one I'm attacking. There's a befuddle spell that I've never really used because I just don't feel like for matters of speed, it's going to be super useful. It seems to be good at, like, enemies not damaging you. Yeah, they always follow you down. Now we're back to 6. And that takes a while. We won't even get to see the best weapon in the game. Which is fine, because we don't really need it. It's kind of funny to see these guys from a distance. Like, this guy just looks kind of funny. Oops. There we go. Oh, we'll recover a whopping 173. Level 5. Oh. I forgot which one I was in. It's almost time to say goodbye to every single enemy in this area because we will never see them again. Sad music as we destroy the dangler. The dangler sounds like a late 90s movie name that somebody would have. And not for good reason. It would be a very bad reason they would have that name. Alright. North? Yes, there we go. So now we have a new enemy set. Again, the more beginner enemies. Let's go ahead and put on Psycho Strength. I feel like maybe I should just be doing kill flashes on everything I see, but you have a somewhat limited number of them. And we still got a ways to go. I'm pretty sure that if I died here, we lose a ton of crap. Unless I had, like, set a bunch of money, like all of my money in the bank, that I could buy back everything I'd lost. But I'm pretty sure in the dungeons you can't leave. Plus, you gain strength when you walk out. So I think missing multiple boosts to that strength over the course of the game would be a big problem. I don't know which exit to take. Oh, okay. I'm dumb. You go to the one that goes up, not down. I don't know where the guy is, but he was attacking me. So now he's dead. Like, get out of here. Okay, and these last two are pretty straightforward, I think. Like, this one's the quickest floor. And the other one we have to traverse, like, the entire thing, but... It is interesting that magic is a consumable. That's not too unusual for games like this. In this era. Alright. We're gonna flash you too. Flash you dead. Come on. I'm not sure which way is faster. Going the north or the south path. I went the south path in, and I guess we're doing the north path out. Goodbye, dungeons. So we still have to walk to the caretaker and, you know, say what's up and get our promotion before we can unlock the next area. The Pegasus split here is entirely a RNG check. You know, he's supposed to say that like every time that you need to get a promotion, but that's the first time he said it, because he doesn't say it after after Armac for some reason. I'll see you in a moment there, Unicorn, or Pegasus, Unicorn. Yeah, the only coin we need from here on out is the diamond coin for our friend the Pegasus, and that's it. Let me check something actually. 40 herbs. Oh, we didn't use a single herb there. We ended up with 3 extra psycho strengths and 6 kill flashes, so we could have been a little bit more liberal with the kill flashes. The final split when the run dies is going to be, I think, when we hit level 10. Alright. Do I need to talk to him again? I can't remember if I do. Even though we're level 7. Okay, yeah, I didn't need to talk to him again. Great. Thanks. Hold gold armband. Use twist the gold armband. So we'll go heal and get our hit points back up now, because I think our max is 2200. And then it's just a matter of getting that last coin. Which, I mean, you know what I'm going to do. It seems to be the fastest way to get them. I've only actually completed this once because the final end sequence, when I was practicing, I ended either before the 4 jewels thing or right after it during practice stuff. Because the final sequence is very long and tedious, and I didn't see a reason to do it multiple times. Wound care, yes. We have located the compendium. It is in a fortress far across the sea. You must be careful. The evil warlord who has the scroll has gained control over it and may use it against you. Or everyone. I think he literally tries to Armageddon the world. And there we go. Game had to think. And we're just going to walk over to our food vendor. We use him because he's the fastest to repeat. Other people take multiple key options. You can see we didn't even raid the last place and we have this much money left over. So we can get away with... There it is! Diamond coin. We out. That was pretty decent RNG, I think. I don't know how long it wants to take, but... And we'll save it just in case, but I don't know. The end sequence, I don't think is... It's scarier looking than it is. We ended up with an extra Seek spell too. I don't think I can use them. I think I have to ride the Pegasus back, so... Oops, left. Now we gotta walk all the way to him. But this is it. We're in the home stretch. Be on the final split soon, and we will be in for a heck of a time because this is a very scary appearing final area. You can't screw around too much or you'll pay for it. But it's neat. Like, I think of the different things they did in this game, the way the end sequence works, I think is probably the neatest part of the game. It doesn't necessarily make a ton of sense, but yes, we threw our diamond coin in. Okay, yeah, we won't have to worry about that. Oh, hit buttons, come on. Yeah, Pegasus is like, I don't think we're going, man. And we're waiting. There we go. Last split hype. Here we go. Look how fast we're moving. Look at this animation they made. Look at this Pegasus. Isn't it beautiful? Sorry, I'm just throwing out cheesy stuff here. As we wait, there's some random land. I got the final map ready as we go to assault the warlock with the compendium in his fortress, so he doesn't continue to do naughty things with it. But, you know, like, events and stuff that happen in this game are pretty slow. It's mostly like blue text. There's some neat stuff here. It does tell a little bit of a story. And kind of makes you feel pretty badass, I think, at the end here too. So look at his fortress. Look at that ugly fortress. And the text screws up. Enter a castle. Yes. Instead of saying Pegasus sets you down on the bottom, it shows up in the armor area at the top. But whatever. I'm pretty sure that if you left, you could possibly get a promotion, but I'm not going to do that. We're on the escalator of destiny. A very, very long escalator. Thank you for the good luck hoodie. The most important thing you need going into this final area is healing herbs. If you actually gained intelligence, getting a bunch of firebolt spells would be nice. Alright, which way do we want to go? Left or right? Choice of destiny. Let's go left. Ah, no! We chose... Well, that happens no matter which way you go. And... Hey. Guard walks over. Shut your trap or I'll reach through and bop you. You surprise the guard and kill him. There we go. You find a broadaxe. The broadaxe is better than the bow, but it's not the best weapon in the game. Also, I feel like we got a bad roll on that. I don't know. Magic ice. A rod. I wouldn't have thought of that. Alright, let's get our herbs on as we walk over our iced out area. So that area where we just got trapped was just to the left. We're not going to go back down there because that would be dumb. But I have no armor. Look at these guys. They're coming for me. What are we going to do? Okay. I can't... There we go. Oh, now we take. We got good plated mail, which is what the armor is. And hey, look, I'm yellow. I'm a guard. You could very stupidly just attack these guys and then you would lose your magic I'm a guardness. But that would be stupid. Come down here. Hey, you know what? What's up? Greetings, soldier. Weird. Like, you can just think about this as I'm going past all these guys. Like, oh, those guys could have been in the way. That could have been a problem. Nah, they're fine. We're chill. We're just doing it. The guards eye you warily. So, guess what? It's time to kill some guards. They work a little bit weird, and you can get them to isolate here in one line, which is really nice. Yeah, we still got 2,000 hit points. Yeah, we're doing a lot more damage than we were in the past. We could also use... With my 14 intelligence, the magic isn't going so well, so we're not going to use magic. I feel like the mini game that you have to do to get intelligence is something you would find interesting, Hoodie. I don't know. It feels like the sort of thing that you would like. You basically play Liar's Dice, if you're familiar with that from the Witcher series or from, you know, anywhere else it could pop up. I think it's in one of the Fables, too. Like Fable 3, maybe? Fable 2, I don't remember which one I played the most. So we just, we killed the guards. Hey, look, it's the compendium! Sonic magic. You can't move. Here comes the evil warlock. You know, warlord. You know he's evil because he's green. And now I'm almost dead. You fool! You can't stop me. As you stand helpless, I'll use this scroll to cast the spell of death. All life outside this fortress will cease. It'll just be me and my guards forever. He just leaves. Whoop. Oh, never mind. And now I can move. This noise will keep going, by the way. All right, and now we're walled off. We only have one way to go through this secret wall. And I keep heading the wrong direction. The game is cheating here. It purposely is lining them up so that two of them can hit me. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to cheat right back at you. Ah, dang it. Two of them can still hit me. When I say cheat, the game likes to do things to make it harder for you to kind of react. But yeah, you're forced into the gear that they give you. You can't bring your own gear here because it all just gets stolen from you. So it flashed at me because I'm under 25%. 500. All right, we're gonna go ahead and use an herb. We could go right around, but I don't see a point to that. And again, so I could just do this repeatedly. 12 hit points of damage, yeah. The alarm is going off. Oh. This is a speed run. I'm trying to go fast, but I also have to kind of mash the button to make the menus go faster. So I gotta be careful to not accidentally walk into the enemies. I don't know what that guy was doing. Again, the AI here is a little strange. Like they're designed to be as annoying as possible. So they walk a little weird. That guy went down fast. In fact, we're going to use another. No reason to not keep our hit points. Like, if we can use an herb, we might as well use it. Especially if we don't have a bunch of enemies up our butt at that exact moment. So here, guess what? You're stuck into having 3 of them be able to attack you. Like I said, the game cheats a little bit here. Like, when they designed this, they literally designed this so that this scenario would happen. But at least it seems to go down to 2 after you kill the first one. Because they can't keep their formation correct. Well, actually it was until that one guy did that. Now it's 3 again. This is the reason why I think I need to get that dexterity early on and spend like 10 minutes on the mini game to build up my dexterity, because if I'm missing all the time in this sequence, oh, this is gonna be a problem. I know. Alright. So here is where it's going to get really, really, really hectic. I need to use magic ice again. And guess what? The compendium attacks me and destroys my herbs. And it makes me have to put that back on again. Every step I take, he's just blowing my herbs up. But he only does it to a certain point. Hold guard jewel. Use guard jewel. Endure loud noise. Put the herbs back on. I should have used the herb first, because guess what? We got the compendium. Oh, there's the warlock. Warlord. Just, he starts attacking us for basically the exact same process. Oh, I wasn't at half. Now we're fighting the evil green man. I got no idea how many hit points he has, but he's softer than you would think, I think, for what would kind of be considered a final boss. It just plays it 5 times. Congratulations, you killed the warlord. Uh-oh. Block all doors. Explosive charges set. Self-destruction in 5 minutes. Alright, it's 3:21. Can we get out of here by 3:20, 6:30? I hope you like beeping in high-pitched varieties. You can't go out that way. Oh, look, there's 4 enemies that are going to hit me. I killed that one guard in 1 hit. Not every guard is made equal here, apparently. Do 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 do. Uh-oh. I don't think I'm going to make it through without the guys on the left coming at me, huh? We'll use an herb now. Come on. I'm swinging my axe in your direction. Can you walk in the way of it, please? Alright. Here we go. Those two guys can just chill there forever because I don't have to go that way. It's kicking up. So if I'm a guard and the place is going to self-destruct, I think I would leave. Like, let me get rid of this yellow armor. And, this guard apparently is a vaporous. Doesn't have human form. So I can't hit him. Like, the music adds a lot of tension to this part. But I could do without it. There we go. We'll take away from that music for a second. Yeah, it's even higher pitch now. We're redlining. I'm matching, I'm going fast, I'm trying to go fast. Come on. Oh, our 5 minutes is almost up. Oh no. Sorry, I'm pretty sure it's not 5 real-life minutes. I think it's more of a... You know what? I want to go up here to not get hit by 3 different people. I don't know how many herbs I have left, but I think earlier when you're getting blasted and your herbs are getting blown up, it only does that to a certain number and then it stops. Like it's a matter of tension to add to the game, where you start freaking out because your herbs are getting blown up. Like, holy crap. And the pace that it goes makes it seem like you're just going to be out of herbs soon. I refuse to kill the last guard. And the fortress explodes. Like how there's 2 cannons pointing inward. That doesn't make me feel super safe. It explodes behind me. Me and Mr. Guard got away. I saved 1 guard. I assume all the other guards blew up. Sure. And now we get to fly home. Oh man, imagine if you had no food at this point and it's eating food. I'm pretty sure when you run out of food, it just starts damaging your hit points. Imagine dying while you're on the Pegasus, coming back to the end of the game. I don't even know how that's like really possible, but it could happen. I guess it would be really funny if it did. And I don't know. One of the things about the game is that you tend to jump from level 7 to level 10. I think that's just how it happens. Like, that there is no 8 and 9 that you can get to. But, like, they just do it kind of for dramatic effect. Of course, it doesn't matter because we're not fighting another enemy in the game. We're done. We're just flying into the museum. So everything now is just menuing appropriately. Good Pegasus. Good horsey. Did his job. Oh, really? The caretaker wants to see me. Okay, I didn't think I was on the game there for a second. I was thinking maybe 3.5 hours, but I think we lost enough time that maybe that's pretty theoretically possible. I don't know. I think we lost somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes either on bad RNG or bad planning on my part. But we have to finish the story, so the timer keeps going until we're done. Where am I at? Okay, I went the wrong direction. It was just, I made a wrong turn and I went in a loop. So we took the long path back to start. Not much longer, but... The Wizard's Compendium. Tarmalon is saved. Never again will my people ignore the power of this evil device. With the help of the 4 magic jewels, it will be guarded night and day. You have exceeded against all odds. How one person came to possess such strength, courage, and wisdom, I shall never know. The Triforce. Tarmalin is forever in your debt. Now we're level 10, but we're not done yet. Please look at the ancient artifact exhibit and then return here. So it shows our new hit points and an ancient artifact. This wizard's compendium was crafted by Tarmalon wizards millennia ago. It has just returned to exhibit after mysteriously disappearing several years ago. We'll do time when we talk to the dude again, because at that point we stopped moving. It's used to cast evil and powerful spells. The scroll was recovered and is now confined to the exhibit by 4 special guard jewels. Till now, this museum is considered all magic a hoax, but this leather scroll's abilities are stunning, proving the power of Tarmalon magic. And button. There we go. That's it. You have shown bravery against all odds. At this point, you do not move anymore, so we're just going to call it time there. The Galactic Medal of Honor. Thank you, Hoodie, for the GGs. This medallion, the museum's highest honor, has been awarded to only a handful of explorers across the galaxy. Wear it with pride. Thank you, Lynn. for the GGs. And now allow me to present our newest display. Against all odds. That's the story of us. We had no hope in us, but not long ago, an evil wizard's compendium sat on display in this museum. Since we knew nothing of its power or how to control it, the scroll was like a bomb awaiting a spark. I can't even advance here, it's all on its own. That's pretty good. I thought 3.5 to 4 hours is kind of what I had in my head. Especially if we got like the accelerated start by gambling. We did lose some time, but we also had some good luck in some places too. As it traveled through Tarmalon, a scourge of terror followed in its wake. Cities were burned, monsters rampaged. Much like the game Rampage. Actually, nothing like the game Rampage. Our best agent managed to recover the scroll, but was killed before he could report on its hidden magic. Then, at Tarmalon's darkest hour, the scroll reached the hands of a lowly peasant. Me. It's simpler than it seems, but figuring this out without any guides would be really tricky. Thus, Speedrun arrived at the Great Museum. Armed with bare hands, clad in flimsy rawhide, knowing nothing of the planet, Speedrun set out to vanquish the evil scroll. He charged into the... He gained money from the museum, gambled it to double his money, bought a boat, threw the rest in the bank, and got himself killed in a palace after obtaining a key. Then he went back to the bank, took the money out, bought another boat, went back into the palace, used the key to get invisible, and then stole lots and lots of stuff. Yeah, the compendium getting stolen is required to progress the game at some point. By courage in battle and cunning in the museum, forged ahead, soon the entire planet buzzed with tales of conquest. Speedrun rescued the jeweled crown and scepter of Mancella, returned the fountain tulip, and beat the knight's test. Yes, the very important tulip. That's the first kind of quest. But most of the coins are attached to something else that's going on. So, yet ultimate triumph lay ahead. After recovering the 4 guard jewels, Speedrun flew the fabled Pegasus to find the scroll and its wielder, an evil and dangerous warlord who we have decided to not name at all. Even though we named a palace Kelfor after Baron Kelfor, who does not appear in the game. Oh. There it is, the tulip. It looked just like this. There were traps to overcome, legions of guards to fight, and the evil warlord to vanquish. Yeah, we basically went in the front door, rode a gigantic escalator, took a few steps in, got gassed, knocked out. It's like the floor opened up under us and we went immediately into jail. And then thankfully the guard was stupid and we one-shot it. In the end, Speedrun was victorious and placed the Wizard's Compendium for eternal safekeeping in this museum, now flanked by the 4 guard jewels. Yes. They're just called the 4 guard jewels. They aren't called, what was it? Large pulsating jewel. That's what they're called when you pick them up. And it, like, flickers on their name like this. Through this exhibit, the selfless heroism of speedrun will always be remembered. There it is. Legacy of the Ancients by John and Charles Doherty. I wrote down a list, but this is by far the most challenging one. Most of the other Commodore 64 games I've thought about are not very deep. Like, again, no offense to 8 Bits of Joy, but Barbie, the speedrun is you literally just select every single item, and that's it. So, and they leave this off saying that there's more to do, and there is more to do. There is a sequel to this game called The Legend of Black Silver. It is a lot deeper, which means it's probably a lot longer, so I'm not sure if I'd want to speedrun that. I've never even played it more than a few minutes. My list is this game, which I wasn't actually sure I was going to do, but then I loaded it up and I was like, actually, I'm pretty sure I could do this. So, you've heard of Barbie. Nice. Or do you mean Legend of Black Silver? Yeah, that these are all using the Blackthorn. Blackthorn is an Ultima name. I'm gonna be very careful. There's a lot of Black Silver. I don't think is a. I think it's an actual sword or something, or a metal that you get. I don't know. I'm somewhat familiar with the thing because I kind of read into it to see what it would be like. So, yeah. Dragon's Den I think would be a lot of fun. I don't know. There's a fairly lengthy, like almost auto-scroller part of the game that I don't know. Ducks Ahoy is kind of a meme, but it would be a funny meme. Uridium, I could possibly do a speedrun of because it's, I don't know, Uridium, Squish'em, Aztec Challenge, although that game is really difficult. Forbidden Forest, seems like it's kind of a, you got to get lucky shooting in one of the areas and just hope that the guy walks into your arrow. The area that Dr. Mookhouse couldn't beat when he was trying it out. To kill that ghost, wraith, specter thing, you have to basically shoot and get it to move to where your arrow is. Or just shoot and hope it doesn't move because it always wants to move and its hitbox is real funny. I don't know. I wrote Barbie down. Drop Zone if I wanted to just keep running games that I already know how to play. I loaded it up and it's faster, which means it's harder. I'm a former NES Drop Zone world record. Drop Zone being, well, if you looked at my Defender 2 speedrun, my comment is, it's no Drop Zone, but it's okay. But it's like a PAL-only game, so, I mean, the Commodore 64 version wouldn't be. I did a quick run-through of what a speedrun of Temple of Apshai Trilogy could be. Because I thought a good one would be just obtain the altar out of the last level, because you can't do that. Like, you're dead meat if you don't have really good equipment. And it winds up that it's actually really easy to get that equipment. Like, even if you mandate you start with no money, and just let you know whatever stats, but you have 0 experience, 0 money, and you have to be able to get the altar out of the final level, the something of raw, I forget what it's called, but you can buy good enough gear to do that. It's not actually as difficult as it seems. So and that one was a little easier than I thought. I don't know what else you would do in a game that doesn't have a, it's just a complete rogue. Well, it's not a roguelike, but it's just completely open. Like, you just do whatever you want and you gain experience and money, and then at some point you get tired of it and quit. I thought about G.I. Joe, but the G.I. Joe game is like 80% cutscenes, 20% action, and the action is not great. So I don't know that I want to. But there we go. That's enough of yapping there. This was Legacy of the Ancients speedrun. First of its kind, I think. We'll see. And it was a lot of fun. I don't know if we'll come back to this and do another one, just because I don't think there's a whole lot of room for improvement. Obviously, if I went through Pirate's Cave with some kill flashes, that is a lot more effective at nuking multiple enemies, so that I don't have to punch through as many. And I think money wise, we could do that. I could also skip a lot more chests in Armac, and hopefully just get luckier with the topaz stuff. I don't know. We don't need nearly as much money as I had. Like, I didn't even grab a single chest. Well, I did, but I didn't need to grab a single chest in the 4 jewels dungeon. Because the only thing you need for the final area is herbs, since whatever gear you have gets tossed. I did benefit by getting the bow and arrow, though. That's not always available without, putting in considerable effort. So that did make the 4 jewels dungeon faster. But yeah, I think it's really just buying more kill flashes and using more of those as you go along. Probably worth opening more chests for in the earlier dungeons too, just to speed it along. So, and there we are.